my slightly introverted children are here. Can you guys come up, please?
What is your name?
Justin Boyan. Justin Boyan, B-O-Y-A-N. I live with my family here in Providence. I'm a former NASA research scientist and senior engineer at Google. I have a PhD in statistical machine learning. But more importantly for today, I'm a proud dad of 2 school-aged daughters. And I'm standing here giving a speech, which is not my favorite thing to do, because for anyone who is a scientist or a parent, this moment in history is incredibly scary. If you're a scientist, you understand the physics of the huge global climate disaster, which is just starting to unfold. And if you're a parent, you look every day into the eyes of the children who will bear the brunt of that disaster. And you realize the urgent need for climate action. Now, not talk, not studies, not toothless targets, but real action. And the action we need this year is the Energize Rhode Island Act. So let me introduce my kids. Carmen is a 7th grader at Nathan Bishop. In the summer, she loves to build elaborate sand castles at the beach. She collects shells, seaweed, and other treasures and arranges them into very cool art displays. She and her sister have gone to surf camp 4 times, I think, and are getting pretty skilled at catching the waves. The beach is a big part of growing up in Rhode Island, right? But for Carmen's kids and grandkids, it may not be. If we keep burning gas for energy, blanketing the earth with carbon dioxide and methane, Rhode Island's sea level is forecast to rise from between 9.2 to 11.5 vertical feet this century. Every single beach, from Westerly to Little Compton and everyone in between, will be permanently submerged. Not just kids' summer fun would be wiped out, but also tens of thousands of homes and businesses in communities like Newport, Middletown, Bristol, Barrington, Warren, Warwick, Cranston, and downtown Providence. Storm surge flooding will get them first, and later, total inundation. If we don't act now, Carmen and her generation will literally have to abandon our most cherished places. It's hard to wrap your head around that. But it's physics. We have to deal with it. So we need the Energize Rhode Island Act. Now this is Ella. She's a 9th grader at Classical. Ella is also outdoorsy. Besides being a surfer, she's a rock climber, a backpacker, and most recently she's joined the Providence cyclocross team. She's kind of badass. She is, am I allowed to say that in the State House? She's mostly vegetarian, but she does have a serious weakness for fresh steamers. Seafood is another great part of our Rhode Island identity. Unfortunately, science. Our oceans are growing not only higher and hotter, but also more acidic as carbon dioxide dissolves into the water. Oysters, clams, and scallops don't like that. They don't grow well in acid. They grow slowly, they get developmental abnormalities, their shells are thinner and more fragile, and they die. If we want Ella and her generation to be able to keep on enjoying fresh local seafood like we do, if we want to save our marine ecosystems, if we want to save our fishing industry, we need the Energize Act. Now, I want to talk about one more kid, my friend Monica's daughter, Alexandra. She's 3, she suffers from asthma, and she recently had to be hospitalized. She's one of over 110,000 Rhode Islanders with asthma, one of the worst rates in the entire country. Many of those kids are like Alexandra, who live near pollution hotspots like I-95 and like the Providence industrial waterfront. Air pollution also causes lung cancer, stroke, and heart disease. We don't need to get our energy this way. We can help every Rhode Islander switch to electric vehicles, which don't have tailpipes. We can get our electricity from wind and solar, which don't have smokestacks. It's totally doable. Scotland will have gone 100% to renewable energy by 2020. Sweden's almost there. So for Alexandra's health, for all our kids' health, we need the Energize Rhode Island Act now. So some folks say we understand the science, we know there has to be a nationwide energy transition, but why should little Rhode Island go first? Here's why. First, as Kevin made clear, because homegrown energy will be a big win for our economy. Second, because of our kids' health. And third, because we're the ocean state. Climate change is coming for us first. So we should be proud and eager to go first, to model what other states need to do in this time of crisis. Rhode Islanders are ready for action on climate. I know this from my work with Resist Hate Rhode Island, an activist group that formed after the 2016 elections and now has over 8,000 members. Last month we took a survey of our members, asking them about their priorities. You'd be amazed. Climate change was at the top or near the top for almost every respondent. It's starting to click for people. We see the hurricanes, we see the fires, the droughts, the extremes, the bomb cyclones. We know something's going on. We need to meet the science with real action. So enough talk and studies and toothless targets. Let's do what science says we have to do. Let's protect our kids and save our state.
Well done, family, Boyan, and friends. Now, does the adage, you don't have to be a rocket scientist apply here? True. In closing, we, Energize Rhode Island, would like to thank Senator Janine Calkin of Warwick and Representative Aaron Regenberg of Providence and all their co-sponsors of the bills in both the Senate and the House. And let's remember, as people have said, let's pass this legislation. It's meaningful, it's significant, it's important, but also it's joyful. It's joyful. It'll bring a smile to all our faces, and yes, it's serious, but let's have some fun and get this thing passed. Thank you very much.